What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not another damn podcast. Presented by
Damn Self.
100. We made it to that 100 on. Oh, yeah. We got something special for this 100th episode. But first, got to shout out the lovely jazz creative, J-Scope.
Hey, girl.
First fitness belt that covers your entire midsection and provides 100% comfort during your workouts. It's summer, maybe, because we did have snow over the weekend. End of April, almost May.
It's April, not even smart.
Hopefully summer's on the way, so get your J-Scope bodies right, ladies.
Yeah, just disrespectful. I was like, why is winter back? It's just, it wasn't cool at all.
Coming to you live right now from the TLC Talk Radio studio.
Yes.
And that's our special guest we have for you. The owner, proprietor, creator, all of that of TLC Talk Radio.
All that.
Miss Tasha Clopton.
Hey!
What up?
Listen, I'm so excited y'all are here.
Hey.
And I'm extra excited that I don't have to run the board.
Yeah. You got me on the board this time, the radio guy. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know that about that life.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I know I kind of, that's when the podcast, I kind of just drafted Naima to this. I don't know if I told you that story.
No, you didn't. I'd like to hear it.
Because the podcast was actually kind of born at our days at the media school because I taught the podcasting class.
Sure.
So when I was teaching the class, I was listening to the students in their 5-minute podcast. I'm like, they inspired me. I was like, I need to do a podcast.
That's dope.
They pumped me up. So, and I've been trying to find the perfect podcast partner forever. But and me and Naima would have conversations all the time about random stuff. So you know what? This is the podcast. Like we need to just start recording these conversations
right in the family.
So I just threw her on, and I just threw her on literally that said we recording this Sunday. Yeah.
I was like, what?
I was like, yeah.
You ain't giving no notice, eyes.
Thursday, I reviewed the podcasting with the students that Sunday. I was like, we doing the show.
We doing a podcast.
You became the partner like 3 days later.
And I was like, I have no radio experience. I have nothing. I don't.
Yeah, I was like, you're doing it, kid.
I was like,
well, you sound great. I wouldn't know that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Tell us about TLC Talk Radio. How did this thing come together?
Well,
I like what you got here.
Thank you. So you mentioned Illinois Media School, and so I was a student there, and at the time it was the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Not to monopolize the podcast, but I always thought growing up, 3rd grade, career day, all that fun stuff, I would always show up to school literally with the typewriter. Remember that? Right. I knew typewriter. I'd be like, oh, this is my prop. I got my business.
For the kids, suits. Like typewriters were before you had even
like typewriters with ribbon.
Computers.
Like typewriters with ribbon. I've had them all.
Now you got tablets and smartphones. It's evolution.
Yeah, and people wonder why I can text so fast. It's because I could always type. I enjoy that. I always thought that I knew I would be in media. I always thought I would be doing your news. So I went to Columbia College.
There you go.
Shout out to my parents for that second mortgage on the crib.
Hey.
It was not cheap. And it was my intent to, do your news. Hanging with Cheryl Burton, right? That's my thought. That's my dream.
Shout out to legendary Diane Burns.
Oh my God, I love her so much. I got a chance to meet all of them when I was in school.
Wow.
They're wonderful ladies. Well, when I finished school, I was 21 and terrified. And back then, you had to move to some, 300 level market.
Pretty much.
And report on cows and work your way up. Literally, you were going to go to somebody's small
backwoods,
town.
Mississippi.
Absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
That's how it was when I started in radio. I almost took a job in Duluth, Minnesota.
Absolutely. That kind of stuff.
What is that?
You probably have no idea what that is.
You see what I'm saying? So it was exactly that. And I was terrified. And I was like, I can't do this. I ain't going to. Nope, I'm not doing that.
Same thing I said. When I saw how cold it was, even I said Chicago ain't got shit on Duluth, Minnesota.
I didn't even care about the weather. I was just like, so is it going to be any black?
Yeah, I don't want to be the only black person.
I didn't want to be the only black person in the whole city.
So
exactly.
I said, well, let me do something else. And school had always been safe for me. And so I decided, I'm going to go to grad school and, get a master's degree in journalism. And I was interning at Channel 2. And my producer, Mark, said, you don't need a graduate degree to do the news. Now, if you just want to go to graduate school, what else do you like to do? And it ended up being education. That's why I have this blend of media and education. So I went to graduate school for that, and I went to teach, and after year 1, I quit.
Hey, you can relate to that.
I was like,
she did some teaching early on in the year and a half.
Year and a half, I got out.
When we get off the air, I'm going to pour some wine.
Hey.
I got red and white, whatever you like.
Hey.
So, I quit and I decided I wanted to do media. But it's now not easy because I'm not in a school. There's nobody there to kind of shoe me in. I can't do another internship. I couldn't really get in because, I'm sending literal those big 3/4 inch tapes, sending them. I have some upstairs. It's hilarious. All of that stuff.
Demos.
Yeah, it wasn't going to work out. And so I went back to teaching. But I knew, Oz, that I wasn't going to feel okay if I didn't give media another shot.
Yeah.
So I found out about the Illinois Media School, but at the time, Illinois Center for Broadcasting, but at the time they were only in Lombard, and I was teaching on the South Side.
About the Lombard.
And living in Inglewood. So I'm in Inglewood, I'm teaching Southeast and Chatham, and I can't do this 3 nights a week because I couldn't go during the day. I can't do it 3 nights a week. I'll be done kill somebody driving home. I can't do it. I was married at the time, and my husband and I were driving. I was driving this particular day. We were at Cache 35 is my spot, and I was like, "Let's go to Cache 35."
Handle that.
And I'm driving, and I look to my left. I'm heading north on State, and I look to my left, and I see the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, and I know what this is. I almost tore my rad. He had just bought me a Beamer. I'm messing up.
There it is.
Right. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah,
I scared him. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, Listen, I'm going. Get your money together.
Yeah,
this is where I'm going.
Here.
We're going here
because I knew I had exhausted any financial way.
Yes.
I'm bachelor's and mastered out.
Now,
I'm done. So I know I'm gonna have to be a cash payer.
Yeah.
Right.
And literally, when I got to work the next day, when my kids went to gym or whatever the special was, I called and they said, "When can you come in?" I was like, "When you want me to come in?" And they said, "Well, I said, when are your night classes?" They said, "They're February," and I said, "I'll be there." And I literally came in. They were like, "Oh, you have to do this audition." I was like, I don't need to. I'm a teacher. Okay, I'll audition.
I'm cold.
Right? Tasha Clapton, get your mind together. Y'all don't know me. No, they did not. And I signed up. I was February 9th, 2012.
Okay.
So, as a result of, and for the listeners,
February 9th was the first class I taught to, ironically. But go ahead.
Really? That's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
I remember when you came on. We have to tell that story too. But what ended up happening was I ended up later working for what was now the Illinois Media School. And one of the things I always told my students was make sure you are doing your hard work. Trey, the chocolate jock, was one of my first instructors. Beyonce Fox was my first. Yeah.
I remember Beyonce being there. I forgot Trey.
Yeah, she was my first instructor.
Wow.
What it was they saw my work ethic. My grandmother taught us that nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream.
That's cool. I'm stealing that
message.
I know, right?
Grandma Tasha, I'm stealing that.
I'm telling you. So
that's going in the
for us, absolutely. For us, it was really important that whatever we did, we gave 100%. Y'all, I love my brother. He's gone to be with Jesus, but he had a drug problem and a job. So I don't know how these people out here not working hard.
Hey.
What y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? My point is, they watched me. Trey became the program director for a new station that was launching here.
I remember that.
And so it was I didn't know what it was at the time.
I know the station.
But I'd graduated, and he sent me a shot of the studio and said, "I've got something for you."
Okay.
At the same time, I said, "All right, then, go Jesus," because I'd graduated. I was still teaching.
Dope.
And a lot of change. 2013 was a lot of change. I graduated. I left. My husband bought this house, and then I quit my job after I bought the house, because you shouldn't do that before you buy the house, because they can run your credit. But I was clear on what I was doing. And they'd be like, "What you mean you ain't working?" "No, I'm good." So that was also the year of my, it wasn't a podcast at the time. It ended up becoming one, but we were live. And so what happened was a girlfriend said, "Hey, my friend is over something at this place and they're looking to audition. You should go." And I said, "What?" And that old fear, Naima, came. and I could feel it. And I was like, I don't want to go. Stupid. This is why you spend all that money
to do this. Yeah,
to go to school. So
$17 grand.
Man, right. I think it was a little less when I was there, but the point is, it wasn't $3. So I went. I walk in, and who's sitting there but Trey and Devontae Stone. So when I walk in, they both look, and Trey said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Cause y'all holding auditions." He said, "Girl, this is what I sent you the shot of.
Dude,
you didn't have to." Right. He was like, "Listen,
why are you here, Tasha?"
Right, pretty much. Oh my God, that's so funny. I cannot wait.
I know those guys very well, Stone and Trey.
Right, and so when I walked in, you know, of course they were like, "You didn't have to audition," but then Stone took that as an opportunity to attack New Edition, because that's what he does. We spar.
Yeah, Stone, he be attacking New Edition just for no reason. Hey.
Absolutely, that's absolutely him. He ain't lying though. He ain't lying. So a Vibrant Mix was formed. What happened was Trey had paired me with another young lady who auditioned.
Okay.
Who did not have a radio background. Her name's Tamiko. And he said, "You guys will be great together." All right. So we met for lunch. Excuse me. No, we met for breakfast. We stayed through lunch.
Okay.
We had so much in common.
Chemistry was just
absolutely
there.
And we just went out Friday night. So a Vibrant Mix was born. We stayed at that station for a year. And then I got the job with Illinois Media School.
That's where you moved it over to
Windy City Underground.
Yeah, Windy City. I remember. That's where I remember the show at.
And then after a while, there were just some personnel changes, and it got to be difficult for my co-host. So at first, it was just a Vibrant Mix with Tasha and Tamiko, and then we kept needing a third voice, a male voice, because we had a lot of perspective. But okay, well, where's the guy perspective?
Testosterone.
Absolutely. And cousin Fred is a trucker, and he was off on Fridays. So we used to come on Fridays. And he started, you know, coming to show up. And then after a while, because the first piece of fan mail we got was for him, we were like, "Oh, that's how you feel?"
You need.
Well, I was a little offended initially. I was like, "What y'all ain't got nothing to say?" But then they went out. See, that's what that was about. That didn't have nothing to do with the show.
Is, yes.
She just wanted him.
She wanted that package.
She turned out to be nuts, and I don't care if she's listening.
Hey.
It is what it is.
We throwing shade on this podcast.
Body shots.
Yes. Body blow.
Right. And so we asked him to be a permanent part of the show. So after we moved to Windy City Underground, personnel changes kind of, you know, made me start thinking about, I can do this. I have this. You know, we're in my basement right now, which is the home of TLC Talk Radio. But at the time, I had not touched my basement. Like, I moved in and ignored the basement for like 2.5 years. I was like, so all my boxes were down here. The things that I knew were going to go down here. Yeah. But I was like, I ain't touching this basement yet because I needed some money. I wanted things the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
Right. And I was initially, y'all, about to waste some money looking for office space. And then I said, "Hey, fool, you pay a whole entire mortgage and you got a whole entire
area that you're not using." Right.
Absolutely. And so it was all about taking control of what I wanted to do. So with the Vibrant Mix, you know, we haven't recorded anything new because we ended up turning into a podcast. We haven't recorded anything new since last June, but our reruns were running on another station, and I just felt like I can do it. Not only can I run the show, but I can create the platform, right, for other people's outlets. And I'm all about everybody having their, you know, show wherever. Like, I'm not greedy. So, like, wherever your show is, put it out there.
Literally is
when I talk to people, I'm like, and they're like, "Well, do you want me to lead the station you at?" No, I'm not trying to hoard you, but if we all get out here and get a little piece of this, that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
So that is kind of how TLC, came to be. And TLC, those are my initials.
Tasha L. Klopp.
Yes. So I was like, let me do this. And so there's a whole, series of things that I do in addition to this. I'm the director of media at my church, which kind of turned into a TLC consulting gig because other churches started saying, hey, what y'all doing over there? Can you show me? Yeah, what's your fee? Give me 10 minutes because it was something that I had not planned to do.
Yeah, it just happened.
So I do have 2 clients, and I'm just trying to be out here. So
we out here for real.
Yes,
I like
thank you.
Stuff, Tasha.
So I'm really excited. So when I came to you and said, "Wait, Oz has a podcast. Let me ask him." Remember we met up at that one restaurant I'm not gonna name because I got food poisoning later.
Oh, shade. Huh?
Yeah, don't go back. I won't name it because I'm not trying to be in litigation. I'm a startup. I don't have no money.
I'm not gonna name it even though I want to. But
Man,
I'm not gonna name it. Yeah, I won't.
But I will tell y'all offline. We met up and, I was like, absolutely. And I said, okay, well, I want to make sure, that this is something you want to do. Yes.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So welcome to the TLC Talk Radio family.
The show has just been growing and growing.
Absolutely. I love it. We are in the process. We haven't launched officially yet. And so my webmaster is making some revisions, one of which she had your head cut off on a picture. I was like, do you not see that?
Wow. They cut off my head.
I was like, boo, we don't like that. So he's working on it. But yesterday I was actually programming the shows that I have now. And I was like getting really excited.
Oh, because now you're seeing a schedule.
Jesus.
It's happening.
Jesus. So
Mission is happening.
It's coming together.
It's coming together.
It's frightening, y'all. It's not, initially it hit me more than what money-wise than what I thought it was going to hit.
That's where I'm at now. I get it because I have myozradio.net. I've been trying to build for like over a year now.
Yeah.
And you run into those roadblocks.
Absolutely.
The roadblock usually has a lot of money attached to it. So
absolutely.
I'm trying to get it there. But right now it's on autopilot, but I eventually want to start having live shows under like Jocks and everything.
Absolutely.
I do have it automated right now.
Yeah. But you start somewhere. Everybody started somewhere.
Though.
Amazon started in Bezos' basement.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Now look at
what he's worth. What, 160 billion?
He's up there.
Wherever it is, his wife gets some billions too. His soon-to-be ex-wife.
Oh yeah, she's getting like a third of it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And all I'm trying to do is have this big estate for me and whoever my new husband's gonna be, his parents and mine. Like that's all I'm looking for. some comfortability, as my parents get older. My mama today.
Yeah.
I ain't old. All right.
Okay.
Fine,
Okay, mama.
Yeah, you're right, Mom. You're absolutely
You're not.
right. You're not old.
You're
she
right.
is old. I'm old too. It's only one way to not get old, and that's the view I want her to remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100 on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your new edition, love. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you're looking at your shrine of new edition.
This way.
Talk a little new edition right now before we get into some of these crazy ass topics.
I am the world's biggest New Edition fan now.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Absolutely. The rest of the New Edition fan clubs, they would be angry at that assertion, but I mean it. Like, I'm the fool in the front with the big neon yellow poster.
Okay.
That's me.
I love it.
We always, growing up, me and my cousins always loved New Edition, all that fun stuff. But I think what happened, I'm almost embarrassed, but whatever it is, what it is. What ended up happening was we realized at some point that we were grown, and so were they.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So back in what? I'm trying to look at that picture of that one's not the shirt is. So I can't fit that shirt anymore. That's why it's framed. So I know that I was married. So post 2007, maybe 2008, 2009, they came to Chicago to do the taste.
Okay.
And
I don't even remember
Mayor Daley declared it New Edition Day. He probably only did it at the taste. I'm sure it didn't hit the news or nothing.
I vaguely remember.
And me and my cousin.
Vaguely.
We decided that we were going to get backstage. Now, we are good for talking our way backstage somewhere.
As am I.
We just be like, we coming. So we walked. So these ladies, we were not dressed the same. You see my T-shirt. That's very different than the way they were dressed. They were dressed like they were going clubbing. They looked great. But we decided we were going to tail with them. And they were cool with it. They were like, yeah, come on. But security could peep us easily because I'm in shorts and a T-shirt. My cousin in her, work clothes.
Basically.
I'm not with them.
Like, who the hell are you?
You know what I mean, pretty much.
We're gonna tell our story eventually about how we hustled our way into hanging out with Michael Jordan, but that's another story.
Oh yeah,
I love it. When y'all do that again, I expect a phone call. So basketball's the one sport I understand. So
we're gonna talk a little NBA too.
I love it. So I said, yeah, we with them. He was like, nah, y'all don't want to be arrested, do you? And I just started laughing. I said, no, not by you, who I don't believe is a CPD officer. So thanks. I appreciate you. It was what it was. The next time they were coming was actually, I'm sorry, I think I'm telling these stories out of order, but I am. Let's go back.
Rewind, yeah.
I love y'all so much. That is so
connection.
dope. I love it.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
We didn't plan that either.
2004. We had seen them wherever, and then they were coming.
I remember the 2004 run. That was when they got back together without Bobby. I remember that run.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We drove to Indian. So
we're gonna get hot tonight.
Yes. Hot tonight.
That one. Okay. I remember
that was after. That was when they
Bobby
with Bad Boy.
With him then. That's when Bobby was being Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
That era. Yeah.
In my college years. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
That era of New Edition.
We saw them in Chicago, and then we found out they were coming to Indianapolis at Conseco Fieldhouse, and we didn't care. But I had also planned the family reunion that day. Mm-hmm. So now I got a decision to make. I look at my cousins. I'm like, look, I say we still go. Indianapolis ain't that far.
Road trip.
It's not.
And we did. And so I said, y'all meet me at the family reunion. Mm-hmm. We, I did all the planning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we hit the road, and we ran into a storm. Now, I love all six. I ain't care nothing about them that much. Tear up my Jeep at the time. So I pull over. We get back on the road. We nervous now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was me and my girlfriends, and then another girlfriend who I taught with, and her cousin. They didn't understand the extent of our fandom. We had created shirts. That's the one over Ronnie's head.
Yeah.
We had created shirts, and they said, "Are we wearing these shirts tonight?" I said, "When else
are we going to wear
them now? When the hell you gonna wear them?"
Like, what you doing? And so she didn't understand. So I'm driving. Lord, my pastor gonna hit me in the eye. I looked at my cousins. I said, "So what are we doing tonight?" We just riding. And they were like, "What you mean? We going to the concert?" I was like, "I'm saying, we good for getting backstage. What we doing tonight?" And they were like, "I think you asking, are we whoring out?" I said, "I am."
Hey.
Is that what we doing?
Hey. No judgment. No judgment.
Let me tell you about how God made sure we didn't get back there.
God knew.
He was like, "Oh no, y'all stupid.
Nah,
absolutely not."
Which one did you have your eye on?
Who have I always had my eye on, even pre getting into New Edition, and that's been Gil. Okay. I've loved Gil since he had that raggedy Jerry curl singing Half Crazy with Sherry Headley in the video, and she's way too old to be his love interest. Wow. Let's be clear. I hated Stacey Ladisaw because what's his girlfriend?
Stacey Ladisaw. Yeah.
I've matured. Last week I saw a recent picture of them together, and I didn't, say any bad words. So I've always loved them. So we joke about it. Obviously, even if we were going to do it, God wasn't having it. But but the point is, because we've met them since, and we were not trying to, be out here whoring out. But they've all been very down to earth. I got a chance to meet them at backstage here a couple times when the three of them, Bobby, Ralph, and Johnny, were touring as Heads of State. Then it was the BBD concert, and then I worked the Soul Train Awards as a talent escort.
Which show was this?
I was in school, so it had to be 2012.
Okay. I've never done the Soul Train. I did BET and the Grammys. Never did Soul.
Okay, yeah. That was interesting. Yeah. It was long days. But my shift was over, and my girlfriend who invited me, she said, "Did you go backstage and say hi to New Edition?" I said, "I'm not assigned to New Edition." She said, "So?" I said,
"You better go."
Oh,
you better go.
She said, "Come on."
Shoot your shot, Tasha.
I said, "Okay." So we went back there. We said hello to Uncle Brooke, and he said, "What's up next?" And so we were telling him that their performance, because they were winning a Lifetime Achievement, had been delayed. Oh. And my girlfriend Nina said, "Well, we're gonna just go say hi to the fellas." He said, "Please don't tell them that their performance has been delayed." So they ain't no telling how they were gonna respond or if they were gonna go to the store. You know how that is. Yeah. So he said, just don't tell him. We won't say a word. We just sitting there to take pictures. And I refrained from, grabbing Johnny's body parts. I refrained from that.
Oh my.
I know he has a girlfriend and that's disrespectful. I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. But in my fantasy, in my mind, that's my pretend husband.
You just didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I just hugged him and we took our picture and I did have to catch myself looking at his girlfriend crazy when they walked by me. I was like, then I had to literally say, Tasha, that's not your man for real, right?
Nah.
He's just your pretend boyfriend.
So why? 'Cause you didn't put on your red dress.
Well, yeah, I couldn't, man. My uniform was black.
You put on your red dress.
You should put on a red dress and high heels. Yeah.
I think she might have had on the red dress. That's funny.
Sure and high heels. Yeah.
They were a cute couple, but I was a little salty a little bit because my 7th grade dream had been shattered.
Like, oh yeah.
I was like,
pleased to meet you.
No, I didn't even go up to her and say nothing. I was just like, all right then. Good day. But yeah, New Edition, Oz and I worked together, and I don't know if you ever heard me threaten Stone when he would say stuff about New Edition. I'm like, I'm gonna delete all your hours and cut up your check. Stop talking about my 6 friends.
Of course.
So yeah, that's been my love. Listen, I don't know. You know how people pass away? That's not gonna work out. They can't die.
Yeah, they
that's
all
not
still
gonna,
here.
Yeah, please don't.
Like a lot of groups.
Right. Yeah. I need them to all be here. And I lost it almost at the Ronald McDonald House. For my birthday every year, I do a service project. And so we went to cook for the people at the Ronald McDonald House. And, you cook for the families. And then after you serve, they give you a tour of a Ronald McDonald House, which is a really nice facility. And so we were fresh off the RBRM tour. Side note, can y'all start talking all 6 so we can see all 6? Okay, I'm gonna move on. I need them to get back together. So we were fresh off of that. We're playing all the songs. I got my phone. We playing, and the guy says, I say to the guy, as we're walking, getting ready to do the tour, I'm joking. I said, do you mind if Bobby Brown comes with us? Because we on a Bobby Brown song. And he was like, no, he's a troublemaker. And my mother, so it was me, my mother, my cousin, and her mother. And my mother and my aunt were like, oh, no. Like they could see me and my cousin, turning into the Hulk. Like, what he say? And so he said, no, he's a troublemaker, and if it wasn't for him, we still have Whitney. Oh God! So now I've stopped in my tracks. He thinks he's still behind him.
Shade.
And I said, excuse me, because now I want to fight, but you can't go to the Ronald McDonald House and fight because that's ignorant.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
I was like, excuse me. And my mother and my auntie literally was standing on the side like Jesus.
Don't go there.
Don't nobody want to go to Oak Lawn jail, first of all. So we knew not to act a fool.
No, about suburban jails.
No jail, period, because I'm too pretty for jail. That's my mantra.
Another story.
But oh Lord, Jesus, Oz.
Yes.
We say it all on this.
I'm gonna move on.
Me from which you called me from.
But with,
you called me from jail. Yeah.
Oh, boo. So I explained to him that Bobby Brown was not the reason that my sister Whitney, because I loved her. Besides her being attached to Bobby, I always loved her.
Fan before that.
Absolutely. Yes. And so when they got together, I was like, yes, this is amazing. But what you're not going to do is blame Bobby Brown for drug use when her brother put her on it. And now I'm snapping. Yeah. And my cousin was like, and it was like, and so unfortunately for this white gentleman, he got the black girl, because we both from Inglewood. Yeah. He got the black girl.
Hood came
and we like, and I'm going to need you to read, and I was like, and the movie was put out by her family, please and thank you. And he was like, I see I've said the wrong thing. I said, yeah, maybe we should just go on with the tour then. Maybe we should do that. Like, I was ticked off. I don't like when people outside of New Edition blame others for decisions they make. Like, you can be influenced by somebody, but unless I'm holding a pistol to your head.
At the end of the day,
right. I didn't force you to do it.
Absolutely. You're an adult. And, everybody has their problems. Everybody has their, whatever. But what you're not going to do is blame my brother. Because, Johnny's my pretend husband, so that's my brother-in-law. That's what you're not going to do. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a real fan. Like, we might have a fist fight. It might come to blows. You might have to leave if you start talking negatively about any of them.
And I'm just looking. I love the shrine, though. I love it.
Yes. We'll make sure on the video I put a shot of it in there.
I'm doing a dance. You should have seen Oz do the. I wish I could have seen.
Can you stand the rain? Yeah, Christmas party at the Crawford Broadcasting Christmas party. We did a karaoke.
Where is the video?
Yeah, it's videos out there. So everybody had their phone.
Can somebody submit a video?
I'm telling you.
Everybody in the building had their phone out when I was doing it.
I'm gonna hit that on the site.
I'm gonna put this out. Submit the video of Oz doing Ralph.
It was me, Shondell, and two other guys. We did.
Shondell.
I was Ralph. I did Ralph's part.
I love it. Who did Johnny?
I want to say my guy Dwayne was Johnny.
Okay, Dwayne.
Dwayne Glover.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dwayne Glover.
Yeah,
he was my boss. Shout out to Dwayne.
Yeah, you see, that's right. You were at Crawford. I was gonna tell that story. Tasha was at Crawford. Even I don't even remember that.
Yeah, we never ran into each other though. We didn't have the pleasure.
She said she was there for a hot second. I was like, I don't remember.
Literally,
we probably met, and I just don't remember. I probably passed.
Probably walked past like
right. Maybe at one of the HR meetings or something. You know, the mandatory meetings we had to have.
Oh yeah,
we had. Yeah,
you're mandatory.
But yeah, Dwayne did. He was Johnny, and I said I had to get my Ralph Tresman.
I love it.
Can you sing a couple?
I was actually performing where like it started off slow with like people. It was regular karaoke.
Sure.
I was in it like performing, like doing the moves, and then that's when like and then the crowd played along too. They're like,
You've got to see the videos we've done because you can see at my I call it my practice wedding.
Video, like tag me in it. It's like anybody.
I love it. Yeah, you see in that one picture I'm in a wedding dress. Like we don't play, we do. If it isn't love everywhere, don't matter. I love it. Yeah, we met, and the importance we used to tell the students the importance of being nice to people. That I was just a lowly board operator.
I was an overnight jock. Tasha was just starting to just board a part-time board op. And like that's why you're nice to everybody because you never know. Again, like how I went to media school is Mike Love was teaching there. He was the one who put me. I said, Mike, I want in. How I get in? He said, oh well, holler at my girl Tasha. He shot me your information. So
yep, I remember getting your email.
And you had mentioned Crawford, and I was like, I don't remember that. I wasn't a jerk to you, but
yeah, I appreciate it because I'd have been writing no on the paper. No,
I'll call you.
Yeah.
I ain't even do that. Like no, because at the end it wasn't my.
And I tell that story to especially when Tasha was there. I should tell that story to my students. Like, be nice to everybody because you never know.
You just never know.
The same person you shit on, you might have to ask for a job someday.
You might have to.
Absolutely, reminds me of those stories of the people being jerks in the parking lot.
Yeah,
and then they get upstairs and the person they were a jerk to is like who you're interviewing with.
They had a meeting,
especially the racist ones, like when the people like do the racist person, and then they don't expect to see a black woman as a
instant
CEO.
karma.
That's the person you were having a meeting with.
Absolutely,
so you won't be getting hired.
Yeah, have a good day or don't.
I really don't care.
Right, I'm not down with that.
Deuces.
Yeah. So yeah, this is TLC Talk Radio, new edition. These are my loves.
Your loves.
That and all things media.
All
things media.
I like it.
You got anything, kid? We're going to try to touch on some of these topics.
Well, where are we at right now?
Oh, we good? Yeah.
We good? Okay.
Time, kid.
Just real quick. Like you know me, like I have two little ones. Like you said, I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Can I have the 1-year-old? I'm just playing. I like babies.
I'll bring him next time. He'll be walking by there. He'll be.
He was on. He was born on one of our podcasts. We had him on like what an hour after you had him.
Hour and a half after I had him. Yeah, because I decided to do
live from the delivery room.
Live from the delivery. I thought he was joking when he was like, "Yeah, we're going to record right after."
Okay, seriously, you ain't let her rest though.
I was like, okay. And then I had the baby at like 6:58.
It's one of our most popular episodes.
I bet.
We recorded at 9:30 p.m. and I had the baby at 6:58.
Like 2 hours. Yeah. 2 hours.
Oh. Yeah, I probably would have cussed you out if you asked.
I think Marcus was mad at you, but
made it work.
He was a little mad.
It's good content.
A little bit. I mean, it is. But geez,
But having children and trying to balance like being a mom and being a businesswoman and everything, how did you find the balance with this?
So my babies don't belong to me, thank goodness. They belong to my cousins. So I let them do all the heavy lifting, and I jump in as big cousin Tasha at the end. That works for me. But I still take the time with them, obviously, to mentor and do whatever they need to do. 2 of my cousins' babies, and one's 25, and I don't know how that is because I'm 26. This is a whole lie. I'm lying. Whole entire lie. 2 of their children are on the media team with me at my church.
Okay.
And so I get to mentor them, not because they necessarily want to go into media, but because I want them to have a variety of skill sets.
Absolutely.
And so one wants to be a chef and one does hair already. And I was like, do you understand the skills that I'm teaching you?
Yeah.
You can parlay into the things you're already doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Apply it
saying?
to what you know.
Yeah.
I keep busy. My daddy says I have too many irons in the fire. And I'm like, didn't y'all say y'all wanted a grandbaby? Because I wasn't going to drop none of these other things. You know, if, you know, like just, you know, whatever. My mother's just trying to move in. She's like, yeah, we and your daddy can come on over there. Yeah, she's absolutely got the mad scientist look on her face. Absolutely, that's her. But it's been, I'm a planner. So for me, like I'm kind of venturing out into the dating world. The fastest way to get checked off my list is to be late. And so, not because I'm, you know, so special, but because I'm a firm believer in time is the one commodity you don't get back.
Yeah.
Right.
So
one thing we all have equally, from Beyonce to the lowest person on the totem pole.
Absolutely.
All of us have the same amount of time.
Right.
And so I plan. That's helped me. I've always been that girl, been efficient. I don't know if it's because I was the only child at home. I had an older brother who has passed away, but I was just a planner. I think my parents are like that. And so now, as you know, their last baby left, I'm their personal concierge. So anything that goes on, you know, they look to me. That's fine. But but I also have a very full social life. I'm not dating anybody at the moment, but you know, when I am seeing people, I'm like, okay, what day did you say?
You gotta be on time.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's typically, even if my plan for after our date or what my after our appointment is to sit at home with my finger in my nose, that's my time, and I've allotted for it.
Exactly.
And so I think that helps me to kind of stay on task. I see things in lists. That's kind of how I function. So even like something as simple as the New Edition shrine, I knew that I wanted that picture. I actually found the frame picture. I used to sit in my house, in my last house, and I said, I want one of those. Let me do a list of what I need. Well, let me find all my New Edition pictures because I have plenty. Let me find a really high quality picture of that because I had to send it to Fathead so that they can send it to me, you know, so I can put it on the wall. You know, that's just kind of how I balance. So for me, it's about meticulous planning. As I've gotten older, sometimes I'm forgetful, but this $1,000 phone that I carry has a bunch of alarms, and all kinds of stuff. And so that's kind of how I function with everything. When I'm throwing a party, when I'm, you know, hanging out with my girlfriends, I have to put it somewhere where I remember. And I tell people, you know, I'll invite somebody somewhere. So for example, I always do Father's Day. My cousins, please remind me. I just told you.
Yeah.
And if you roll in this iPhone, you can tap it. I don't know anything about Androids, but you can, when I send the date and the time, you literally can tap it and create an entry. I'm not sure
appointment.
why I got to remind you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I function. Yep. I don't know if I answered your question or if I rambled or both.
It's all good.
Well, yeah, you did like
good content.
Basically planning ahead and just kind of doing that.
And I mean, I'm not so inflexible that I can't allot for things coming up. I had an appointment today with a gentleman on my media team to test something that I want to do at church. Well, unfortunately, he injured his shoulder. Okay, I'm not bugging because you can't come. You injured your shoulder.
Yeah,
by all means,
happens.
handle that. You know what I mean? But if you say something like, I was playing video games, I don't like you no more, and you're probably not gonna be on my team. That's not gonna work out.
I hate last minute cancellations too. Like if we already planned it, I set that time aside. I'm a very busy person, so if I set that time, and you call me like an hour before, like, oh, I ain't gonna make it.
You get an hour? Because I've gotten 5 minutes before.
Whatever. Yeah.
Man,
like,
I ain't gonna be able to make it.
I hate those. Those are the worst to me.
And I mean, sometimes it happens. My aunt passed recently. And it was a blow because my cousin was losing his mother just 5 months after losing his dad. So we were as a family just like, well, good Lord. And this was after burying another cousin. So we all over the place.
Yeah.
And Dana, shout out to Dana Griffin,
Dana.
in our new show, DT on Our Minds. She was on her way. I knew she was about 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
But what happened was we realized that nobody from the family was at the viewing. We didn't realize that our cousin was there by himself. His wife hadn't made it. She had to work. And when I hear it, I say, oh, so I called my mother. Mom, can you get, because she's closer, can you get there? And me and the other cousins are texting, and at this moment, I got to make a decision. And I called Dana. I said, listen, now at this point, I'm bawling, crying. And she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, look, I didn't know my cousin was up there by himself. And what happened was he didn't ask us to come. He said, are you guys coming? And I knew that meant, can you come?
Want you there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, as I'm changing my shirt, right, because I don't do well with viewing bodies.
Yeah.
So that's why I typically won't go to those. But what was I gonna tell him? No, because whatever I deal with, he dealing with it 2 times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, here I come, bawling, crying, trying to see and drive and get there. In that case, when I called Dana and said, I know you 5 minutes away, I'm so sorry.
There's exceptions to everything.
Yeah.
Right.
That's an exception.
Like family emergencies,
Yeah,
absolutely.
if you're just not coming because you were too lazy to get out of
Or
bed. It's like
Watching
that's
New Edition videos. You
Or you
can't
come over, like I was hungover, so I didn't
yeah, or
come.
you smoke too much weed. It's
Right.
like, come on, like that's not a.
Or sports,
That's
if
not
you're
a
a sports person,
Or
like,
I'm watching the game. It's like
the
that. I
game.
hate that. It's like
I had a service person do me like that. He came the first time on time, and he needed to come back to do a part 2. And whatever time he said, this is when I was still working at IMS. So if you remember, I had long nights.
those are some long nights.
And
Shout out Lauren. She got them long nights now.
God bless her. Lauren, make sure you taking care of yourself.
Definitely. I'll check on Lauren. Yeah, she
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Feed her, because in that role, you just don't eat.
Yeah.
Seriously. Because you're just busy. So, but it's all worth it for the babies. What happened was, on Wednesday was the one day I got out at a decent hour.
Yeah.
I didn't even go to Bible study on Wednesdays at that point, because I was like,
Just go straight home.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
This is the only day that I get to go home at a decent hour. Whatever time we said, he ain't come at that time. I'm texting. Because I'm like, did he wrap his truck around a pole? Like, the first thing I assume is something's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
I hear
assume that
from
you
I think
just,
something bad happened. Yeah.
jacking
Right,
me
you're
off.
right.
Yeah.
I just think,
like
oh my
that.
God, are you okay? Did somebody know you were on your way over? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about
Right.
your family, your loved ones. I know how I would feel if I couldn't reach somebody. So then he was like, oh, I'm running 30 minutes late. I said, you running more than 30 minutes late? You okay? Like, that's my first
Okay.
question. Are you okay? Because if you're not and you need to reschedule, okay, but let's say that so I go to bed.
Just let me know.
Say,
You know.
like, I'm not gonna make it. Just keep it real.
Right.
Not only was he more than 30 minutes late, but then he
no.
was in the car. So I saw him pull up. Now I'm looking at him in the driveway. 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Just
So I'm
sitting
finna close my blinds and cuss him out and go to bed in a minute.
Why is he just
Because he conducting a phone call. I don't... You... And I'm a proponent of supporting Black business no matter what. You, though, sir,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
suck.
Make it
You
hard.
suck,
Yeah.
right.
And so the
People like
person
you.
who referred him, I made sure I let him know.
Your person
Hey.
sucks.
And he didn't know because he hadn't been done like that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very important to keep those lines
Keep
of
the
communication open.
knowledge, yeah.
I
Right. Share the
said,
knowledge.
I'm not trying to poo on him. That's not what I do.
But my experience with him was terrible.
It was crap.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I don't appreciate it, and you can't waste my time, and then I like you. Because remember, I don't like you. I walk out of meetings. I don't care if I'm at work, I'm at church. If the meeting is not progressing, I'm out.
Bye.
Now I'll try to salvage it first. I'll say, so can we go to point 2? But as I told you before, some people have meetings and that's their life. That doesn't work for me. Even when I have meetings with my teams, we trying to do 30 minutes because I'm busy.
In and out.
And a lot of times meetings could just be emails. I hate going.
Oh,
to
my
those,
God.
and I'm like,
Oh, those are the worst. Yeah, you
like, you
could have
couldn't just send
emailed
us
me
an
this.
email.
Why I work nights. Why I gotta come in like 10 in the morning to a meeting, and I just got off at 5 a.m. It's like it's sort of
Right? Can y'all send me the cliff notes?
and it's bad. It's like you could have emailed me that.
And drag
Those are the
on and
worst.
on. And then
Yeah.
another person, well, I have another, shut up.
Right.
Like,
Any questions?
I have a question.
What's 2 times 2? Shut up.
Shut up. Ready to go.
My God.
So yeah, efficiency. So that answers your question and a bunch of other things. That works for me.
Yes.
Yep. What else do y'all talk about on here? I got a question. I need some perspective.
Oh, what's your question?
So look, my cousin put me on an app, a dating app.
Uh-oh.
She's my little cousin. She grown, but she my little cousin. She's
She
the
ought
last
to be
of
a
us.
little cousin.
Yeah, just like I'll always be somebody's little cousin.
Yeah. Shout out Britt, our little cousin.
Yeah, our little cousin.
No, she's very grown now.
just
She
joined the
always
club, Dirty 30. She just
always be
joined
young
it.
Britt, but yeah. she's very
That's so
grown now.
nice. So a guy shows some interest. I'm new to this online dating piece, right?
it
Okay, now I
Tinder?
can't find
You
it.
swiping right,
Coffee
Tasha?
meets bagel.
See, I don't know that.
See, me either. That's why we needed Lisa, because I ain't know.
Yeah, like,
So
I haven't dated in like 10 years. I've been with my husband for 10 years. So
Girl, bless
I don't,
you.
Yeah, I don't.
Bless you, bless you. So the gentleman, he responds. He says, "May I have the pleasure, of getting to know you? Please read my profile, and if you like it, let's talk." I said, "Sure, give me a little while." I was out at the wine fest. So yesterday, I said, "Hey, I went to the wine fest in a leather jacket, even though it snowed. I didn't care." So
Yeah, that's snow, man.
yeah. So I had a NyQuil when I got home.
Man.
Because I didn't want any issues. And I
Chicago
said,
weather.
man, I said, let me rest. And I said, because he showed an interest, I said, would you like to meet for coffee Monday?
Oh, okay.
He said, okay, reach out to me when you're feeling better.
Said Monday. That's a yes or no question.
Right.
See?
That sounds kind of.
You're a communicator. So wait, that's one.
Yeah.
Here's two. I said, thanks. What does Monday evening look like? And he said, would you like to exchange contact information?
What are you? That's not answering my question I asked you. I
should've
asked you a
moved on,
direct
so obviously
question.
you don't want to meet up Monday. So
Right.
holla.
I wasn't going to say nothing,
I'm out.
actually.
Translation, I have other plans.
I'm out. Holla.
Maybe I have another date on Monday.
I mean, just say you're unavailable. You
Yeah,
don't
Right,
Monday
if
don't
I'm
work for
available,
me. You
Monday
could have just
doesn't
said
work
it.
for me.
Monday's not good.
How
I'm
about Wednesday?
So I'm like, am I talking to a bot, or can he not comprehend? Because that's a pet peeve for me. The last guy I dated had a really hard time comprehending text messages. No problem. Let me call you.
Yeah. Some people are better on the phone. Yeah.
We talk about the diversity of learning styles.
Yeah.
Audio learners, visual learners, tactile learners. No problem.
Yeah.
But you're a surgeon. I'm gonna need you to read. So I was like, am I dealing with a bot? Is he just not reading? Is something wrong? And I was like, am I being
Comprehension.
ridiculous? And so my cousins were like, oh, just get a Google number. That's smart. I'm down with that. But I think it's not the issue about me, because my cousin said, why are you not giving him your number before? I said, I'd rather meet him, get his vibe before I decide he can have my
feel him out
contact
first, yeah.
information. And they were like, okay, we'll do a Google number. That all makes sense, but y'all missing the 2 flags on the play. Why you not answering my incredibly direct questions?
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to meet up for
It
coffee
was
on
not an
Monday?
open-ended question. These were very
That's
closed.
a yes or no. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know how to respond or if I'm going to, because I was going to be like, so did you not see that I'd asked you? So, because at this point, you're starting to make me think you crazy.
He might just be a nut. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Instead of a bot, a nut.
Yeah.
Some nuts out there.
Absolutely. Is that thing running? It's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we got
I
it all,
normally
yeah.
record in multi-track,
Oh, yeah.
so
We
I'm
got
like,
it.
I don't see
No,
nothing.
we good.
And I was just gonna die laughing if
No, it's running. Yeah. No, you good.
we'll just pull it from the camera, but I'd have been laughing.
That's the perfect "is this thing on" moment.
Oh, I have done that.
Having many minutes in,
I've done it before too.
How
yeah.
many minutes
Yeah,
in?
we way.
Yeah, we way in. Yeah.
Deep, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have just been cracking up like, well, take 2.
No, I double and triple check before we started.
Because you are Oz the wizard.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Professional.
I love it. So yeah.
Do you want to touch any? You got any subjects you want to touch on, kid?
Yeah.
Anything
Well,
interesting?
since we're staying on date, we can stay on dating. Idris Elba is officially off the market. He got married on Friday.
Yay! Congrats to him.
A lot of women are pissed off.
A lot of women's hearts broke, I'm sure.
I don't care.
When I saw the story come up, I was like, oh, Mr. Elba is off the market officially. So, ladies, yeah, he did marry his lovely wife, Sabrina.
When he voted sexiest man alive.
He's the reigning sexiest man alive.
Like I said, he beat me like by 1 or 2 votes. I was second place, but they don't report second place. I'm just saying, Idris was one.
Both of us are making the same face.
I'm gonna just drink my water.
Both Tasha and I are making the exact same face.
You know,
both of us.
I don't know if there's any way to verify any of this, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I mean, ride with it. I agree with you.
Idris beat me by 1 or 2 votes.
You know, I think maybe 3 or 4. The 1 or 2 was Gil.
Yeah, I think
Gil.
I'm in love with Johnny Gill.
Tied with Gil. Okay.
Yeah. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, if he was in here now, I'd just walk out and be like, y'all lock the door when y'all leave. See you. You know? Like, where y'all going? It don't matter.
What did you think of the guy who played, like, going back to the New Edition story on BT? What did you think of the guy who played him in the movie?
They were all wonderful.
Luke James.
Oh my God, I thought it was great.
No, I'm saying, what do you think about him? I think he's a. Yeah.
I like him. He's a nice looking guy. I mean, I prefer Gil, but
she likes the real thing.
Because I was looking, I was like, okay. I was like, he's all right. Okay, I like.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Going on.
I was chuckling at the scene when he and Bobby got into it. The guy who played Bobby was amazing.
Yeah, he was good.
He's amazing. And I used to see him. It took me a minute to connect it, but I used to see him on his videos on Facebook.
I think of where I know him from.
Woody McClain.
I know the dude that played Bobby. I just don't remember where from though.
He had a lot of hilarious videos where they reenacted some comedy sketches.
Okay.
So they would play the real comedy sketch, and then he and whoever his team were, I don't know if it was his or somebody else's, but they would, act it out, and it was hilarious. But yeah, it took me a minute to go back and go, wait, that's the guy that played Bob. But I remember seeing them. I think they did a wonderful job with casting. Oh my God, the littles did a good job being them. The bigs, that's how they categorize the people playing them. The little ones who played them when they were kids, and then the teenagers versus adults. A lot of stuff we didn't know. I was still tripping on that Rick had been on drugs. I was like this. What? I'm texting my cousins. Did you see this? And we all like, just everybody turn up your glass, because we weren't weren't together.
The drug scene. When he was
But I loved them.
I'm off the floor. I was like, wow.
Saved his life. But yeah, they all did a really good job. I think that was really well produced. And now there's a BBD movie in pre-production.
Okay.
So I'm all over that. I might have to go and get my cable back.
Breaking news there. BBD movie.
Yeah, BBD movie. Ron was on Instagram talking about it. Yes. I have to put on my biofreeze before I can do any of those dances. I'm old, y'all. I'm not that old, but my knee.
I already know what they can call that movie. Never Trust a Big Button to Smile. Story of BBD. There it is. I'll call it.
I love it. Now go on and call BET.
Had it pending.
Right.
Had it pending.
Absolutely. Call BET and be like, hey.
There it is. Yeah.
Hey.
And what you heard it first.
They would love it. Yeah. Absolutely. They did a good job.
Did y'all hear the story about the Garrett's popcorn recipe getting leaked?
I did.
Yeah.
I want to know why people
about that.
Like. Was it a higher level person who did it?
Aisha Putnam, I think she was the director of research for Garrett. Got fired. They said she downloaded the recipe on her way out, so she has it now.
Damn.
They said only like 3 people in the world that know that recipe. She was one of them.
Damn.
So she stole it on the way out. They said. Yeah, so.
Damn.
So if you see Aisha's popcorn coming up anytime soon, there you go.
She can't put it anywhere. She can only do it at her home because she'll be sued immediately.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. This was probably not the smartest idea.
It wasn't.
Like, why you do that? And they can, you can always check a computer file. That's dumb.
Yeah. She said, hey, she went out with a blaze of glory. So
Stupid criminals.
I don't even want to see. That's not how I'm trying to go out. That's stupid crime. That sounds like bogosity to me. Absolutely not.
Did you see the
good old Garrett?
Did you see the story about the guy? They said that he allegedly got his ass beat because he was giving out spoilers of Endgame this weekend.
I heard about that. Yeah,
they caught him on the street.
I heard about
Catch me outside.
Wasn't it like in Hong Kong or something?
I think so.
Yeah, I heard that story.
Because he was giving
I was like,
out
people
spoilers.
take this movie shit way too serious.
Right,
Like,
and they
the people
said that-
giving the spoilers and the one who whipped his ass. Like
He said he
both
was
of
in the
them.
hospital.
It's a damn movie. Like people get way
Wait a
too fired
minute,
up.
wait a minute. He was hospitalized behind.
He got his
They
ass
said he was
whipped the
hospitalized.
way Avengers Endgame spoiler.
Endgame spoilers because he was outside and he was just telling like via Homer Simpson, "Wow, who would have
Would have
thought?"
thought that Luke
Darth Vader-
Skywalker was Darth Vader's son. However you say it, for the Empire, like back in the day. It was something like that, but for Endgame.
and he was
so,
like
yeah.
giving out the Endgame. Like I didn't get to see it this weekend. I'm gonna go next weekend. I
I can't
hope.
wrap my mind around that. That's hilarious.
But I mean, people are taking this movie very seriously. Like I
don't know what's worse, that or Game of Thrones. It's like the spoilers. You get killed for like giving spoilers.
Giving out
both
Game
of
of
those
Thrones,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know what's
too
worse
much.
now.
Yeah.
The final Game of Thrones season,
Yeah.
and this Endgame's out at the same time, and like you posting these spoilers, like people are ready to fight.
Are
for
ready to
real.
fight
It's
for
like,
real.
I'm like,
I've
y'all
seen
are
a
way
lot
too
of
fired up over this.
I've seen a lot of don't post spoilers. First of all, I don't watch a lot of TV, and I don't go to the movies like that. The last
Right.
movie I saw at the theater might have been
The new edition that I
Black Panther.
Wakanda
a year.
Forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
the-
no, that's it was something else. Me and my homegirl went to see. I don't remember what it was. Let's see.
The last
That must
movie
have
I
felt-
much I
saw
care.
was Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh, yes,
I
right,
go
you
on
got
play.
kids, so yeah.
I go on play dates, so
Yeah,
that's
you
what I do.
Yeah.
I
can't
remember the last damn movie I saw.
Oh, it was Widows. That was the last one I
don't
saw because my
remember.
girlfriend
I
had
want to see that.
It was very good. My girlfriend had a spot in it. She was in the funeral.
And
Might
I
have
love-
been Infinity War.
And I love Mama Viola. Like that's Mama.
Yeah, I
in
wanna
my
take her to
head.
lunch.
That's my mama in my head. My second mama. I love Viola.
The Hate You Give. I saw that.
Yeah, that was the last one you saw.
I couldn't see that. And that guy played Ralph in the new edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ralph. Yeah.
I wasn't. When I saw the previews for it, I was like, nope.
Yeah,
nope,
my
nope, nope.
my lady wanted to see that one, so I said, okay. That one was like, I knew it was gonna be tough. I said, but
I wanted to see it because of what's going on
Yeah.
in the country. and
You see
just-
my Black Lives Matter earrings in my ear.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because one of my former friends, she was like the white girl in the movie you said.
Yeah, it was a character that reminded me of your friend,
One of my former
the
friends.
Why she a former friend?
Because ever since Trump got elected, she
posts
started
a
that
lot
damn
of
fool.
Trump stuff. On
She
her
wasn't acting.
timeline.
Yeah, she forgets that. She forgot I was black.
Oh,
Yeah.
She was clowning like that.
Yeah, like I guess I transcended race for her. Like, oh, well, not you. You're one of the good ones. It was kind of like that. Not you. But when you make a statement about black people,
It's me.
I'm included in that.
It's me.
Part of all of that, yeah.
Like you realize I'm included in that, but
Is that her call?
no.
Let me
listening.
Let me answer.
She's listening. I'm not gonna say her name, but
Yeah, don't. That's not a.
We ain't gonna put it on blast, but
Again, I'm not down with litigation.
Speaking of-
Because she come on the property, it's gonna be a problem.
speaking of racist, you saw about James Byrd's killer.
yes,
One of them,
the ringleader. Yep.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got his execution finally.
He
Yes.
said nothing, and I guess he didn't have anything to say. But
And another one, he had got executed some
Years
years ago,
ago.
in
and then-
2011, yeah.
And then the other one got life in prison.
The last one probably didn't participate, but was in the truck. That's what
Right,
I think.
that's
So that's
probably
why
what
he didn't get executed. The other two were probably the aggressors.
And he
Yeah.
popped the jail. He was like, "It wasn't me. It was
Like,
them.
they killed him.
It
Yeah,
wasn't me.
I was just in the truck.
I was just an
Yeah.
observer." And I didn't-
Well, just sit here and observe the paint on these jail walls. How about that?
Exactly. But the fact that, this happened in 1998. So it's like, we know that story very well. Like I
I remember that.
I
I
was
did
in my
like,
last year undergrad.
I did that, I think in
John
SpeechCom.
William King is this asshole's name. You know,
Yes.
like putting names out there.
So John William King.
Burn in hell.
I hope that you're
I hope
riding
he
right-
burn in hell.
I hope that you're riding right now. I hope that you are, because for what you did to that man, like what you did to him and what you put his family through, and to that to happen in 1998,
Yeah.
Right.
Almost the new millennium.
right? Like this was just a little over 20
I
years
still
ago.
haven't been to Texas yet because of that.
Really?
I haven't. I haven't been to Texas.
Yeah.
I've been. but-
Jasper,
I looked
right?
at a job in
Jasper, Texas.
I looked at a job in Dallas at one point years ago, but I've never been there.
Yeah, because Texas is like a different. Yeah, it's
Texas justice.
it's a different dimension over there.
Is it? I've gone.
Just
I have friends
seeing.
there. I was just there for a wedding, but everything for the wedding was in a different town. I was like, Jesus
wow.
Christ! I'm glad I rented a car.
Yeah, all over the damn place.
Yeah, it was a little too much. I didn't want to. they were like, "Why you renting a car? You can ride with people." I was like, "I don't know your friends."
I always rent my own car whenever I go out of town.
Not only that, but let's say after the wedding they get drunk. Now they driving me around. That's a no. I'm gonna drive myself.
I like taking control of my own shit. It's like,
listen, I used to tell my mother that when I was little. She'd say, "You always," because not little, but when I was driving and I was driving her car because I didn't have a car. "You always driving." I said, "Ma, don't you understand? If I'm driving, I'm in charge.
I'm in control.
I get to decide when
and
we
she
leave.
was like,
I'm ready to go, so
that's why I like.
I'm going.
Right, get in the car or don't.
You ain't going. I'm not going to be
If you
sitting
don't get
in
in
the
now, you're
car
gonna get left. Yeah, so
It
2
is what
hours
it is.
waiting on you while you're sitting there talking to everybody.
I've been in that side too when I was riding with somebody else, and then you're on their schedule.
And it takes
I'm ready to
them-
go, and it's like another hour and a half.
It takes
they
like
still want to kick it.
30 minutes to say goodbye to everybody because
Yeah,
like they.
so, nah.
All right, we about to go. I'm gonna say bye and this, and then you go on
If
a
I'm
whole
driving,
other-
I'm the one that just disappears. Like where eyes go, like eyes halfway home. I'm that dude.
Text the group. I'm home. See y'all.
I just that's me. Ghost like power.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
But that was a wild ass story, y'all. Any others? Did you want to touch on the NBA? Real quick?
Yes, the
'Cause
playoffs.
A lot happened, yeah.
Yes, so we can make our
Watching the NBA
predictions.
playoffs.
It was on. Where was I? It was on when I went and met my co-host.
Okay.
At a bar. And
We're gonna get you up to speed, yeah.
yeah, because I don't
Before
know.
we wrap up,
I mean, I can follow the game, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Shout out Dame Dollar.
Yes. Bye. And he
Lillard get the game winner to eliminate Oklahoma City, and
he said bye.
Because him and Russell Westbrook have had a bit of a rivalry going on the last couple of years. So when Dame won,
and he waved by, and then the funniest meme I saw, they said that
picture.
he was looking like super hot. He remember the guy super hot, and they were like, "Oh, it's super hot." It was like, right? They said he liked super hot because he was like the way he like eliminated them. I was like, oh my gosh, just ice water in the veins.
Spurs are out too, yeah.
Spurs are out. And Marcus hates the Spurs. He was happy last night. He was like, I hate the Spurs. I don't know. Like, he's hated the Spurs since David Robinson.
That
so
was
I don't know.
terrible. The way it ended was all terrible. It's like they didn't foul.
They didn't foul, and I'm like,
they were up by 4 or down by 4. And
what are
then
you doing?
fouled. Like Popovich, you can see him on the side, like foul. Want to be in that locker room. after that
Popovich
game.
goes insane when he's like,
So what we got?
So now we're in the
We got,
semifinals now. So we have in the East,
We
we
gonna
got
fill you in, Tasha.
yeah, we got the Bucks.
See, I'm real quiet, like a church mouse over here.
We got the Bucks and the Celtics. The Bucks, that's Chicago North. So
Don't feel bad. A lot of people tune out when we talk basketball.
Now I know who the Bucks are. I've
we
gone to a game.
We could claim the Chicago North. We could
A
claim
lot of
them.
people tune out when we talk basketball. We're just gonna get a quick update.
Yeah, and
You are all
today,
good. This ain't my show.
today the Celtics came out and they came ready to play. So the Celtics beat the
It
mess out.
slapped the Bucks.
Like Kyrie Irving beat they beat the mess out of the Bucks.
Somebody was going to go down. Those are the last 2 undefeated teams, so one of them was going to lose. So
somebody was
there
going
it
to
is.
lose.
It turned out the Bucks.
And then also in the East, it's the Raptors and the 76ers. The Raptors, Kawhi Leonard went nuts.
Destroyed.
He destroyed the 76ers. So my prediction is, even though the Bucks did lose their opening game and they did give up their home court right now,
Milwaukee in 6.
I still think Milwaukee in 6. I think Milwaukee they got some nerves. I mean, like, they're younger. They haven't been on this stage before, really. So it's like, I think that they still are just a little bit, the nerves are right there. So I think that they're glad to do it in 6.
Raptors, Sixers.
So after that, Raptors in 5. Like, after that, Raptors in 5.
Warriors, Rockets.
Warriors, Rockets, that game is on right now as we're recording, and the score is actually, Warriors up by 4 right now.
That's going to be a good series. I say Warriors.
Warriors
6.
in 6. Warriors in 6.
Nuggets, Blazers. That's the most interesting
Ooh.
round. But yeah, so far. Blazers
in 5.
6.
Blazers in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I say Blazers in 5.
And that's all the NBA talk we're going to give because Tasha's making faces.
No, I'm not. I'm just listening.
I'm joking.
I have a resting BITCH face.
I'm just joking, Tasha.
So
I'm like, no, it's all good. Remember, I'm the
So
guest.
I'm looking forward to the conference finals. If it goes like how he says, that means the Curry brothers are going to be in the conference finals. Seth and Steph will meet and they can go head to head.
That'll be fun.
That's what I want. I want to see the Curry brothers go 1-on-1 in the conference.
Teams got to do the Warriors and the Blazers got to bring it then.
Got to bring it. It's already been brought in. One of our favorite movies. But yeah.
Ready to wrap this thing up, or you got anything else?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
Go your teams, because now the playoffs is about to they're getting good now.
And the Bulls suck, so there it is.
Yeah. But June is coming, and that means that draft day will come.
The lottery's coming up in a couple weeks.
It will come.
14th, I think. May 14th, I think it's the draft lottery.
Yes. So
we'll know where the Bulls pick.
Going for that number one spot.
Zion. Yeah.
Going for that number one spot.
Well, thank you, Tasha.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Not Another Damn Podcast.
Yay.
Indeed.
And thanks to each and every one of you supporting us. We truly, truly appreciate that as always. Go ahead, plug all of your stuff, social media and web or whatever you can plug. Get it all in, Tasha.
TLC Talk Radio on all social media, and TLCTalkRadio.com. Tasha Talks with a Z, all one word.
Tasha Talks.
DT on our minds, just as it sounds, on all social media.
Dana and Tasha.
Yes.
The new joint. Yeah.
Absolutely. And although we're running reruns, continue supporting A Vibrant Mix. Hashtag AVM, and our website is still active, avibrantmix.com. You can catch all of our past shows right there and all of our hilarious pictures.
All of that.
Shout out to you guys. I really appreciate you dropping by the studio. Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Had
Yay,
to.
us.
Yeah, make sure you show your love. Not Another Damn Podcast. You can subscribe, share, rate, review. Like I said, we're on TLC Talk Radio. You can check us out there. Also, iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart. Like I said, we everywhere.
I love it.
Not Another Damn Podcast. You can also like our Facebook fan page, Not Another Damn Podcast. Check that out. And get at me personally. Follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram and Twitter. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. And check out OzRadio.net. Like I said, I have 2 stations. The Current hits where you play all your hot hit currents. And then I also have the 90s and 2K classics on OzRadio.net. The bomb.
The bomb.
That's my throwback right there.
Yes. And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram and on Twitter. Also at STR8GULLEY1 on Twitter and STR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also check out the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for blogs and vlogs. And if you need video needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Okay, well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And I'm Tasha visiting.
There it is. And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gone.